Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 241. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Red Barrel Studios custom framed Cinema Star Wars sheet of 2007 Yoda United States stamps. Yoda, legendary Jedi Master who trained generations of Jedi, ultimately served as the Jedi Order's Grand Master till its destruction during the Clone Wars. Today's collectible is a complete uncut sheet of 2007 genuine United States issued postage stamps. This sheet of 41-cent Cinema Star Wars Yoda stamps came custom framed in a Red Barrel Studios Wilkes Wood beveled black frame. Stamps are mint state and come complete with a certificate of authenticity by Certified Stamps and was manufactured by American Coin Treasures in 2007 for Red Barrel Studios. Now, the comic of the day is Star Wars Yoda number 1 with a cover date of December 2022. With story by Kevin Scott, art by Nico Leone, and cover by Nico Leone. This is the second print variant cover and is titled Light and Life Part 1, The Coming of the Jedi. Living in exile and haunted by his past, as an oddly familiar voice echoes through the swamps of Dagobah, he must revisit the many lessons he taught over the years, from the High Republic to the Clone Wars. In this first of 3 story arcs, a cry for help reaches the Jedi Council on Coruscant, and only one can answer it. This story opens in the swamps of Dagobah, where he has exiled himself after the fall of the Jedi and the Clone Wars. Someone contacts Yoda through the Force, asking, "Can you hear me?" To which Yoda replies, "No." They trade witty quips with each other when the Force voice says he must speak with him over something very important. Yoda replies, "What's important is peace, harmony," and the voice finishes the sentence with, "Patience?" Yoda replies, "You do remember." Again interrupted by the Force, "My lessons? How could I forget?" The real question is, do you? Here we switch to the story, to Yoda's memory, and to the Outer Rim, to the planet Turok, a long time ago. Here we meet 2 members of the Sclavi, a native species, and brother and sister. Bree is trying to scrounge parts from an old derelict ship. His sister Lita is telling him it's a lost cause, and he needs to do his chores. It's then the peaceful village comes under attack by raiders, the Krulkin. It's then Bree gets the idea to try the transmitter and attempts to send a desperate distress call. This very message is picked up by the Jedi Council on Coruscant. While debating on what to do, Master Yoda decides. It is he who must go. Master Veeder says a Grand Master's place is there, to which Yoda replies, "My place? My place is where the Force sends me." It's the 3rd day of the raid on Turok, and Bree and Lita are caught and about to be killed by a raider, when Yoda arrives and uses the Force to unarm the raider. "What is happening?" asks the raider. "Obvious that should be. Turned the tide has." We then have a huge battle sequence between the Krulkin raiders and Yoda. Here, Yoda gives his speech while fighting with his saber on why the Jedi serve. To serve the light and always life. Here, the boy Bree picks up an axe and attempts to kill a raider, and Yoda stops his blade with the Force and tells him it's not the way. The raiders fall back and fire a huge weapon. Lita comments, "That's new." New? No. Seen events like this before, but different perhaps this time will be. Maybe here the grand order of things will change. He throws his saber and replies, "Patience we must be for the light," as the saber slices through their weapon and destroys it. Yoda sends them all fleeing to their ships, but since he spared the raiders, he decides he must stay to protect the village. This issue ends with the Sclave and Yoda celebrating their victory around a bonfire, as the leader of the raiders watches from a distance, deciding tomorrow they will all die. This issue is continued in Star Wars Yoda number 2. Geek Fact: Yoda was a Jedi Master whose connection to the Force was stronger than most. He trained Jedi for over 800 years and played an integral role in the Clone Wars, the training of Luke, and in unlocking the path to immortality. Bonus Geek Fact: Master Yoda was one of the most powerful, but also one of the smallest, standing at only 2 foot 2 inches in height. And final Geek Fact: Yoda was born in 896 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin, and died in 4 ABY, which stands for after the Battle of Yavin, which made Yoda 900 years old at the time of his death. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for today's Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is CatFan ComicsMan, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.